Did you know we judge people the exact way that we judge ourselves? In this video, I'll talk about the meaning of judgment and why we judge others. I'll share with you a way you can turn judging others into a way of improving your own personal development, and how ignoring this habit can cost you precious progress in your life. I'm your host and coach, Shayla Ma'at, and if you have a vision and want to break past your limits and transform, I invite you to join the community by subscribing. My role is to help you uncover your unconscious behaviors and motivations, make them conscious so that you can become the change you seek. To all my new subscribers, welcome back and thank you for subscribing. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for being here. Be sure to check out the description box where you'll find my freebies, links to the Facebook community, as well as to my coaching programs, one-on-ones, and ebooks. I remember the day that I learned that how you make people feel is what they remember the most about you. I cringed because I knew how critical and judgmental I was with everyone about everything. I had a way about making people feel defensive. My harsh perspective pushed people away and it left me isolated. I remember I started to try to change my ways and stop judging people, only to find out that I really didn't know what judgment meant. And if I really wanted to change, I had to have a complete understanding of what I was doing. I started researching the web to learn more about the act of judging people, and I discovered something insightful. It wasn't until I learned that the way I was judging people was an exact reflection of how I was judging myself that I began to really see what was going on. I had to discover my own beliefs and inner dialect to find out that it was true. I was super harsh and critical on myself, and here's why. I had not forgiven myself for my past mistakes. Comment down below if you tend to be harsh on yourself, and let's explore ways to flip this into a personal breakthrough. The meaning of judgment is to form, have, or give an opinion about something or someone based on your ideas or evidence. Misjudging someone is when you make the wrong internal or external assumption based on their behavior or your experience with them. There's this theory called the attribution theory that psychologists came up with that explains how we perceive others. External attribution, they are made when we attribute a person's behaviors to situational factors that are more than likely out of their control, like their appearance or upbringing or uncontrollable circumstance. Internal attributions are made when we attribute a person's behavior to their personal character or nature. You cannot accurately determine the external state of a person without enough facts. And far too often, we judge others without all the facts. The internal state of a person is sacred and cannot be measured. We all can improve and evolve our character over time. The truth is, people often determine a person's internal based on how they feel about themselves. It is easy to do this because judging others gives you a false sense of superiority. And in fact, a coping mechanism. The sense of superiority can give a person who has internal conflict and negative dialogue temporary relief. These false conclusions and judgments are based on the disappointments and limiting beliefs within the person who is judging. Here are some ways to flip this bad habit and turn it into a personal breakthrough. First and foremost, if you judge people, the first thing you want to start doing is forgiving yourself. Go ahead and list the things that you regret and start to make peace with those things. You may not be able to change the past, but you certainly can change how you relate to it. Make peace with your regrets and forgive yourself. Examine your negative emotions. Use them to identify the internal conflict and negative self talk that needs to be corrected. Open up and find the things that you fear, doubt, or feel guilt about. Turn those limiting phrases and limiting thoughts into new self empowering, self loving affirmation. Begin to affirm these new attributes to yourself. Also, know when you're projecting. If you're making assumptions about a person based on your feelings alone, with no proof, no facts, no receipts, you could be projecting. I have a video where I deep dive about projecting, and I'll leave it in the description box for you to check out. Work on building your self concept. It's good to have a strong self concept. Your self concept is basically the ideal version of you. It's you showing up as your best self. You want to always see yourself in a positive light. And if you tend to have negative thoughts or opinions about yourself, you have to do the extra work to replace those negative thoughts and beliefs with positive ones. You want to build your self concept by deliberately seeing yourself in a positive way. Take the time to notice the things that are great about you, and the things that you want to become, start to practice them. That is how you build your self concept. When you do that, there is not so much conflict within, because the natural state is for us to be well, confident, in our highest, most best self. So when you tap in to that greatness that's inside of you and you begin to build up that character and make it strong, you end up showing up every day that way. And that's how you maintain your self concept. When you clean up your internal environment and develop positive beliefs about yourself, you are likely to be less harsh on yourself and others. Failing to work on yourself is going to cost you precious progress that you can make in life. It's going to be difficult to stop judging other people until you stop judging yourself and clean up your internal environment and the negative self talk. If you keep judging others harshly, more than likely you're going to keep judging yourself harshly, which will create a sense of inferiority. Feeling inferior. When you judge yourself harshly, just like when you judge others, you feel superior, and the other person may feel inferior based on your judgments. Well, when you judge yourself, you're going to get that inferior feeling. So not only is it hurting others, you're hurting yourself as well. So you have to forgive yourself. Make peace. Once you do that, you will automatically begin to be more gentler with yourself and others. To improve your inner dialogue, watch this video on self-forgiveness, and I'll see you on the next video.